want to say happy birthday to my best friend, my buddy, my shotgun in Vietnam, a guy that I met in 1967 at Port Hueneme, California, when our battalion, Construction Battalion Maintenance Unit 301, was formed. We became friends and we shipped out to Vietnam, him on a detail to Khe Sanh and me to Don Ha. Jim came in country in July. I got there in June. We were about maybe 3-4 weeks apart. But they convoyed up to Khe Sanh. Well, I spent from June until August 19th at Don Ha when I got my orders to go to Khe Sanh. When we met up there, Jim was my gunner. He was my shotgun. I was driving a 2.5 ton up and back and forth and outside the perimeter, and Jim had his M60, and he was the man who was going to cover me. And whenever we went down that road and we got attacked, we became very close. And it's always a problem when you get close to somebody. But in 1967, in October, I turned 21. And then we made it through, and after Christmas of 67, well, actually before Christmas, we were told that we were being surrounded by between 20 to 40,000 North Vietnamese regular army troops, the best of the best that North Vietnam had. And we were cut off from the world. Well, on January 20th, Jim turned 21. And we spent the day playing cards, drinking some beer, and a little whiskey we were able to con off of the Special Forces. And I was on KP. I would go to work in the galley and then come back and we'd sit and play cards, talk, and just lay around. And that night, most of us were a little tanked up, to say the least. But we'd had a good day celebrating Jim's birthday. That night, or early the next morning, depending on who you talk to, LA 61 got partially overrun. Well, I never heard about that because I was sound asleep. But it was just different waking up and going to work and being in a war. From the time I got there in August until January, we did not have a round fall on the base that I can remember. So January 20th, even though we were told we were surrounded, we were enjoying ourselves the best we could in a place that was 5-6 miles from Laos, and they say 7 miles from the DMZ. And we celebrated Jim Post's birthday. Jim, like I said, we've been lifelong friends. Jim gave me this hat way back years ago. And I don't wear it because it doesn't look as good on me as it looks on Jim. He had one just exactly like it. I had one, but it was black. I liked black or dark blue, and Jim wore his hat everywhere proudly. Whenever he was around us, he was a ball. We had so much fun. But anyway, I want to say happy birthday in heaven, Jim. I know that you're snug in God's arms and you're cussing the Marines every minute you can. Happy birthday, brother. I hope you all say a little prayer. Thank Jim for his service. He was wounded twice at Quezon. Of course, I got wounded first, the first day we got hit. Jim got it twice. And him and Chief Reese were the last two faces I saw in Vietnam before I was shipped to Japan. But anyway, I love you, Jim. I never forget you, even though we talk every once in a while. Love you, brother. I'll see you soon. Bye.